I left Rachel's party around 1 a.m. with 3 margaritas in my system and my windows cracked to let the cold air sober me up. The back roads were empty, which was exactly why I took them. It meant no police intervention or drivers honking to get a pass. I was doing fine until I came across the 2 kids standing under a streetlight that kept flickering. The boy looked to be around 11, and the girl was maybe 10. They weren't waving or sobbing or doing anything kids should do when they're standing on a dark road at 1 in the morning. They were just standing there, like they'd been waiting. I should have kept driving, but something about how still they were made me pull over. The passenger window was already down, making it easier for the girl to lean in.
Can you take us home?
Where are your parents?
We're lost. Can we get in?
I looked around to observe how only tall looming trees were the only living creatures in sight.
Where do you live? I can ring the cops.
We'll tell you where to turn. Just take us home.
Before I could say anything else, they opened the back door, climbed in, and buckled themselves without being asked. I watched them in the rearview mirror, trying to figure out what felt wrong. It had to be their clothes, given how outdated they looked. The boy wore khakis and a polo that seemed to belong to a 90s catalog. The girl had on a denim jumper with flowers on the pockets. Everything looked clean and pressed, but old somehow.
So where am I going?
I asked, putting the car in drive.
Just keep going straight. I'll tell you where to turn.
I shrugged and hit the gas. 5 minutes passed, and the boy leaned forward between the seats, staring at the dashboard. How fast are you going?
45.
Are you tired?
A little.
How much did you drink? I glanced at him in the mirror.
Excuse me?
The girl grabbed his arm.
You're not supposed to yet.
Not supposed to what?
Neither of them answered. The boy sat back, but his eyes stayed on me through the mirror. His stare was flat and curious, like he was studying me. I tried to shake off the chills crawling up my spine, asked them their names, how they got lost, and what their parents did. They barely gave me anything except instructions.
Turn left at the next light.
I did, and realized that we were heading away from the neighborhood I knew. As the houses got farther apart, I could see more trees and fewer streetlights. At a stoplight, I looked in the rearview mirror. The kids were sitting there, but something was off. Their faces looked dimmer, like the light was avoiding them. I blinked hard. When I looked again, everything seemed normal. Do you remember this road?
Should I?
The girl elbowed him.
Stop! She doesn't remember yet.
My hands tightened on the wheel.
Remember what?
Turn right up here.
She ignored my question. We turned onto a road I didn't recognize. It was narrow with zero paint on the asphalt and only trees pressing in on both sides. The headlights barely cut through the dark. My heartbeat picked up.
Where are we going?
My voice came out higher than I meant it to.
Almost there.
They started whispering to each other now. I couldn't make out the words, but their tone was urgent. They were arguing about something.
Do you believe accidents can replay themselves?
The girl suddenly asked.
Or what?
Slow down. It's right here.
I squinted, and a gate with old rusted iron bars appeared on the left. It was pitch dark beyond the fence, and rows of shapes I recognized as headstones.
It's a cemetery.
I gasped as I slowed to a crawl.
Stop the car.
My foot hovered over the brake. Everything in me screamed to keep driving, but I couldn't. It was like something else was controlling my leg. As the car stopped, the kids fell silent. The girl pointed through the fence at a single grave visible in the moonlight. It was close to the road. The headstone was small and plain. It held no name I could see from here, but a date was carved into the stone. It was tonight, 10 years ago.
This is where it happened.
My head started pounding as images flashed. I remembered headlights, my car swerving, brakes screeching, and two small figures in the road.
God, no!
You were young and drunk that night. You didn't see us until it was too late.
No!
My voice broke. I could barely breathe.
You were walking home. You came around the curve too fast.
The memories hit me all at once. I could feel the impact, hear the sound. I remember getting out and seeing them on the asphalt and choosing to drive away. The news reports never identified the two kids. The case was cold from the beginning. I looked in the mirror. The kids were staring at me with those flat, empty eyes. I was shaking. We just wanted to go home. I slammed my foot on the gas. The car lurched forward. I didn't look back, couldn't look back. I just drove, taking turns randomly until I couldn't see the cemetery anymore. I finally pulled onto the shoulder miles away, still trembling like a leaf. I sat there trying to breathe, trying to convince myself I'd imagined it. That's when my eyes fell on the rear window, and I screamed. Small, muddy handprints were smeared across the inside of the glass, like someone had been pressing their palms against it to push through and get out. Or maybe trying to get home. I drove straight to the police station and told them everything. They pulled up the case, and it was still an unsolved hit and run. Emma and Jacob Martinez were twins, walking home from a friend's house. I'm waiting for the trial now, but what keeps me up isn't the prison time. It's knowing that those kids are still out there, standing under that streetlight, waiting for someone to take them home, and wondering who's going to pull over next.